It's you talk, baby.
You Talk family, what go on? This your boy D. I wanted to come on and tell you guys thank you to everyone, my whole entire You Talk family that's been supporting me since I started doing this back in 2020. Thank you guys so much. I love you. I appreciate you guys. And a big thank you to everyone that is signed up with your You Talk memberships. Thank you very much. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys so much. I also wanted to say thank you and shout out to our super producer, the man himself, Mr. King Judge, KJ Production, Mr. Marquise Judge. Thank you, brother. I appreciate everything you do. I love you, brother. You already know. Also, a big thank you and shout out to our super co-host, Mr. Larry Frank Jr. You Talk family, I know y'all appreciate him, and I do as well. Shout out to Mr. Larry Frank Jr. Thank you for all that you do, brother. I love you. Let's get into it, man. Let me tell you about these 3 different memberships that we got going on at You Talk. The first membership is the You Talk Club. And with that membership, you will receive different loyalty badges for every month that you are a member of the You Talk family. The second membership is the You Talk VIP. And with that membership, you will receive 10% off any You Talk branded merchandise or apparel. And you will get different photos and videos whenever we're out and about. We'll be sending you different stuff. And the third membership is the You Talk Box. And with that membership, you will receive exclusive content when we're doing special interviews with special guests. You will have access to those interviews, and you will get 15% off any You Talk branded merchandise or apparel. So those are your 3 memberships. Pick one of the 3, and if you don't, it's still all good. It's all love over here at You Talk, but everybody that's got their memberships, I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much, like I said. So, like I said before, thank you. We love you guys. Thanks for supporting the movement. Everybody stay safe, take care. And y'all know how we start every video and every show that we do. And y'all know how we end every video and every show that we do. It ain't no us without you, baby. And I'm out. We love you guys. Take care. It's You Talk.
It's you talk, baby.
Yeah, I want to show some love, give some support to my boy Devin, founder of You Talk Nation. Continuous success, brother. And all I got to say is, it ain't no me without you, baby.
It ain't no me without you, baby.
It ain't no me without you, baby.
Yeah, You Talk is the people show. Look, You Talk, let the people know. Look, yeah. This is hurricane season. Only legends come up out there, you like Chris and Teigen. Name a letter better, W, that's what we preaching. Hurricane force winds whenever we breezing. Got rings for a reason. Look, we treat a gator like the swamp people, and Seminoles like the block people. And for my dogs, I will drive people. Just being frank, I got they flank like a cornerback. And I ain't even much a Florida cat, but hurricanes, I know more of that than most. Cause I seen them turn our houses into boats. That's that real talk, baby. I hope you was taking notes. That's the real talk, baby. Elevation coast to coast. Is that You Talk? Yeah.
It's you talk, baby.
Yeah.
It's You Talk, baby.
#1 podcast.
It's that You Talk. Dancing in this game, bringing pain to all these amateurs. Been winning for too long, so they had to change the parameters. Any competition, we sweeping them up.
It's
like
You Talk, baby.
in the air without the need for nasal cannulas. Looking to the stands, I'll be laying for the cameras. Big wins every single week. That's stamina. No program in your conference is weak. It get hot in Coral Gables, we gon' run that AC. Player hate me all you want, but the people know we gon' keep it going off the love that all the people show. This is You Talk, yeah, the people show. Coming to you live with Frank and Devin. Go on, tell them what they need to know. This is You Talk.
It's you talk, baby.
Gonna tell you what you need to know. We gonna tell you what you need to know.
You Talk family. You Talk family. What go on? What go on? This your boy D, and of course I got my PIC, the man himself, Mr. Larry Frank Jr. in the building, man. Shout out to my boy, Mr. Larry Frank Jr., man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. We are here, man. It's been a minute. It's been a while, man. Larry Frank Jr., I almost forgot how to do this, bro, man.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, man. So shout out to our super producer, man, the man himself, man, Mr. King, Judge, KJ Production. And still, I still almost forgot how to do this, y'all. So y'all know how we start every show. It ain't no us. What are you, baby?
Oh yeah.
Utah family, man. A Friday night, man. We want to shout out everybody. They go Feeler, man. Feeler in the building, man. B-Dard in the building. Shout out to B-Dard. Shout out to B-Dard, man. B-Dard. What's going on? And oh man, look at Rocky the Stallion. Yeah, we got a lot to say to you, Rocky. Yeah, we seen your message, man. Love you guys, but y'all are trying to create a narrative that ain't there. Mario ain't going nowhere. Book that. Uncle Luke gonna have to wait a little longer for that interview. So with Lane Kiffin, brother. Who said? Mario, shout out to the super producer, man. King Judge, man. Again, KJ Production. Always in the building, man. Shout out to our brother, man. Thank you for everything. You already know what it is. Sherry Lewis, man, my cousin. Love you, baby. Shout out to Sherry Lewis, man. Thank you so much, cuz, for the support. We appreciate you. But back to the Rocky, though, man. Rocky, we're going to get into it, man. We're going to talk to you here in a little while, man. But I didn't say nothing about Mario being fired. I don't think Larry Frank said anything about Mario going anywhere. We're just giving our opinion on what we think. What we think, Larry Frank. There's no right or wrong answer. I'm a Mario supporter. I want to see Mario win, but Mario gotta win because he's not giving us another dude. I mean, Larry Frank, has it panned out like you thought it was gonna pan out, sir, man? I mean, with this $80 million contract, bro, like we want to see some results, and that's the topic of the conversation tonight, man. Are you guys more worried about recruiting versus the results, man? It seems like y'all are more interested in the recruiting, and we're going to talk about it tonight. But before we get into it, Larry Frank, how you doing tonight, brother? What's going on, man? How's your Friday? How was your week, man? Talk to us, bro.
Oh man, I'm blessed as always, man. 3-day weekend is now engaged, man. We about to take these 3 days. I got to help my mom out with some stuff tomorrow, but after I get that done, we're gonna max and relax. And week was cool. Everything's good. Summertime is here, so hey, we just living and loving life, man. And June comes in, I think, in another week, and you know what that means? We're getting close. June and July. Close. That's the last 2 months, and then before you know it, summer camp is on.
It's on, bro. And I want to send a shout out, man, and I want to send a thank you to everybody that was praying for my mother. We had a episode last weekend, and my mother was hospitalized. She's doing better. I want to tell her that I love you. And, I appreciate all of you guys. You, Larry Frank, especially, man, you was calling me every day, man, trying to check up on it and see what was going on. I thank you, bro. I thank you to everybody that was calling, checking in, man. I mean, y'all know I've been going through a whole lot here these last 6 weeks, man. And just, thank all of you guys for the prayers for my mom. I appreciate it, man. So I love y'all. Y'all already know what it is over here, Larry Frank. I appreciate you, bro. I love you, man. So
much love,
you guys. But
absolutely,
Larry Frank, it's time to get into it, Larry Frank. Let's talk about this tonight.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things. I can't get excited, Larry Frank, over recruiting when I'm seeing other programs with less talent performing or outperforming what we're doing, getting all of the talent, Larry Frank. And again, we knew that Mario was a great recruiter before he came to Miami. We always said that. We gave him his props. But it's time to start winning, Larry Frank. It's time to get to an ACC Championship game. It's time to get to a college playoff. Something, Larry Frank. We got to get something on all of this money that we spend versus whether it's on him or quarterbacks that we bringing in, all these high-profile players that we paying in the NIL. We need results, Larry Frank. And that's where the topic of the conversation is going to start tonight, man. I mean, don't sit here and tell me 10 games is the ceiling, Larry Frank. When I seen Mark Rick coming here, I want to say what it was, 2017 or 2018. Mark Rick won 10 games, 2017, and he won 10 games, Larry Frank, and he didn't have the NIL and he didn't have the transfer portal. So don't sit here and tell me that, you know, this is the ceiling, and we just should be happy just because the program is trending up. But with what the resources that he have, I'm thinking we should be a lot farther than where we are, Larry Frank. Talk to me, bro.
Absolutely. I mean, look, we've been down this road before. We've had this song and dance before. For whatever reason, people do not want you being honest. People do not want you being real. Y'all see how I was getting it in that groups and stuff like that. I'm chilling now, bro. I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to say no more. It's nothing that needs to be said, because the fact of the matter and the fact of the point is, you know, while people are saying give Mario time, let Mario cook, in this day and age and in this era, it is too easy. What up, Larry White Jr.? It's too easy in this day and age, in this current era of NIL and transfer portal, to flip a roster and flip a team and start winning. It's too easy. And at the same time, I'm going to just be 100 with you. I get tired of when we use examples of other programs that are transcending where they've been and come up and doing better than what Miami is doing. People are always making excuses for those programs. At the end of the day, let's be 100. Notre Dame with Marcus Freeman, they started off with a new coach the same time that Miami started off with Mario Cristobal. You're not going to tell me that Notre Dame, and I know what people are going to say, well, Notre Dame got money. Notre Dame got money, blah, blah, blah. Marcus Freeman lost his first game against Northern Illinois, turned the season around and ran it all the way to the national championship game. Okay?
And they was ready to fire him, wasn't they?
They was ready to fire him after Northern Illinois, after that loss in week 1 last year. But he turned it around, ran it all the way to the national championship game. After a couple of just basic seasons, the first couple of years at the helm as the head coach of Notre Dame. So my thing is, why in the world, if Marcus Freeman can get this criticism, and Marcus Freeman was looked at as possibly being fired, why in the world is it so bad for us? We're not calling for Mario to be fired. We just calling for some better results. At the end of the day, you just had the most prolific Miami offense in the history of the program. You had the most prolific passing game in the history of the program. You had a once-in-a-generational quarterback. You had a once-in-a-generational offense. You will never see another offense at Miami like what you just saw last year again. And what happened? It was compounded with a shitty defense. Now, I know what people are going to say. Last year is last year. Leave last year in the past. Last year is in the past. But at the end of the day, let's be 100. This year, it's no excuse. The defense has gotten better, I think. The defense has gotten more pieces. I think the defensive backfield has gotten better. And at the same time, guess what? At first, I was going hard on Carson Beck. But you know what I'm going to do, D? I'm going to retract everything I said about Carson Beck. I'm going to tell you why. Because at the end of the day, Carson Beck is coming in here with the pedigree. He's coming in here from a blue blood program that he led for the last couple of years. He's coming in here with conference championship experience. He's coming in here having been part of a national championship team. He's coming in here having been a leader. So at the end of the day, here's the deal. I'm not going to hold him responsible. I'm not holding these wide receivers responsible. You know why? Because at the end of the day, these wide receivers, the young guns, there were too many games where Miami was up big. And I know in the ACC play, Miami had to skin and get away from some, get through the competition rather, and they had to get through a lot of stuff. But at the end of the day, why didn't these younger guys play and get some experience and some playing time last year? All I'm hearing is, well, we got inexperience at the wide receiver position, which we do. But guess what? I'm not holding that against them. I'm not doing that. At the end of the day, D, and everybody watching, this season falls on the shoulders of Mario Cristobal. And I am tired of everybody giving him a pass. I'm tired of everybody talking about the recruits, talking about how good of a job he's doing as a recruiter. Guess what? You can have the best mechanic in the world, but if you don't have the right person driving the car ain't going to do nothing for you. So at the end of the day, I don't want to hear about recruiting. I'm trying to see results on the field. And at the end of the day, this season, this is what I want. We want 11 wins or better. We want an ACC title game appearance. Damn that. We want an ACC championship. We want a playoff berth and we want a playoff run. Now, if you get in the playoffs and another team beat you, I can live with that. But you can't tell me that Miami is not good enough to get in the playoff. I'm putting it all on Mario. And if you got a problem with me, D, or anybody else that holds this man accountable, guess what? It's on you. It ain't on us.
Damn right.
Line.
Damn right. Well, Woodard, what's going on, cuz?
What
How
up,
you doing, man?
What's happening? What's happening?
Most definitely, man. Shout out to our brothers over at BTN Sports, man. Shout out to you guys. Y'all already know what it is, man. But yeah, definitely had to talk about this topic tonight because again, man, like I see guys and good deal for Cantwell, man. The number one recruit in the nation, Mario being able to sign this kid. But I'm just saying, we got to get the results, man. We got to get the results on the field. Like you seen Pancake Huncho coming here as a 5-star. We hyped him up. We hyped up Pancake. He can't even get on the field. I'm just saying, number one recruit, Larry Frank, it is what it is.
Right.
I'm more with wins, Larry Frank. I'm more with, getting to these championship games, get back to what Miami used to be about these rings, man. That's what I'm talking about, Larry Frank. And we're going to touch up on some other things as well. I don't know if you got a chance to see that interview with I watched both of them, but I had to turn the one off with the quarterback from Alabama. I forgot what his name is. But the Josh Pate interview with Mario, and we're gonna touch up on this a little bit too, man. He said a lot of interesting things in that interview, and he talked about the defense. He talked about his thinking on. He didn't think the defense was going to be as bad as it was, and he could have helped the defensive coordinator out by possibly bringing in an assistant or somebody that could help. And I'm like, well, that's true. Why didn't you? And he said that he's seen the defense going down after the third or fourth game. And Larry Frank, you and I talked. When did I tell you?
Didn't we say that here?
That the defense didn't I tell after but because people only look at wins and losses and they look at scores, they didn't look at the actual game, and I don't really think they even know the game of football, to be honest with you, bro. I just think they talk. And we saw a lot of the deficiencies in the defense in the Ball State game, but because we won, 63 to nothing, 62 to nothing, that they was just satisfied with just getting a win. But my thing is, if you felt like you could have helped the defensive coordinator and we still had a chance, and you seen the team, he said that our defense started to look the same. People was catching on too quick to us after the third and fourth game. That was plenty enough time for you to do whatever you said that you possibly could have done to help the former defensive coordinator. Not only didn't have to go out and get one, but you got a Hall of Famer on the other side of that defense that's standing beside him, and Jason Taylor. You telling me that you couldn't go to him and possibly get some insight on what can we do? I mean, that's a Hall of Famer, Larry Frank. So it was I'm gonna play a couple of clips, man, and I want you guys to just hear it and you tell me what y'all think, man, because it was just a bit confusing to me, Larry Frank. I agree. I agree, Chris Kane. After the USF game, too. Yeah, it was either that after the Ball State game. Either one of those games, bro. You're absolutely right. So let's take a listen to some of these clips, man, and you guys tell me what you think. Let's get into it. And this is the first one. This is the one where he's talking about after the third or fourth game, the defense was easy. Teams were figuring out the defense too easy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play it again.
It's not showing, D.
It's not showing?
No, it's not showing.
Oh, it's showing on my end. Hold on. Let me see if it won't. Okay, let me do this. Let me do this. We'll do it this way. All right, here you go, guys. Let's do it this way. Oh, we got Mr. Braden in the background. Oh, look who the GOAT. We got a special guest back here with us, y'all. Oh man. Let me bring him in first before we go any farther, man. Let's welcome to the stage, man. Larry Frank, man, called him Sugarfoot, man. That's what his AKA is, man. But we call him 5.
I'm ready for him.
Shout out to the
I'm
GOAT.
I'm ready for him. I'm ready for him. Hey,
The one and
come
only
on,
Mr.
come on,
Bobby Brett.
come on. I'm ready for him. I'm ready for him. Come on, big bro. What's happening,
man.
big bro? Be
First
good.
off, I'm starting out right. You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing, sir?
What's up, big brother?
What's up, man? What's up, our brother? What it do? Eric Mark in the building. Thanks for the dono, man. We appreciate it, man.
E, what up? Tell Eric what up. Tell you, E, that's my dog, man. That E, all right.
He hear you.
Hey, listen, so I'm glad to be on the show. Y'all ain't got me banned from all other shows. Don't nobody call me no more shows dealing with y'all. So y'all got me blacklisted. You know what I'm saying? So y'all some rebels, man. I mean, my friendship
That's
and
okay.
loyalty
Roll
to
with your
y'all.
brothers. That's
It'll
right.
cost me. I don't get no more exposure on no other platform with a U sign tied to it. They hate me. But listen, Larry Frank, let me say this, bro. I love you. You looking good, man. I don't know if you're Ozempic or whatever you on, man. You looking good, man. You're dropping the weight. You walking bow
Thank
legged, and then you think you're a top hot model. You're saying all these suits and shit you got on. You're saying walk around. And then you got the mayonnaise on your beard. I mean, you do it. Tell the wife I'm proud of her. As far as you know, saying she's dressed you up well, and she got you looking real good, man. The kids, everybody.
I dress myself, big
Man,
bro. I dress myself. It's in my DNA.
Tell him again, Larry Frank. Tell him again.
Bruh.
You in there, bro?
I'm gonna send you some of my daddy and granddaddy pics and show you where I get it from.
Bruh, when I met you, man, you had on white football socks and dress shoes, nigga. So don't try that, bro.
All right now. All right. You better be glad it's hot right now, because we know when they get cold, you be wearing that overcoat and that doggone bus hat like Florida Evans. I done already told you about yourself now. You know I go round for round with you, big bro. I love you. Hey, I got my man on. I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Oh, Lord. So listen,
I love you, man.
I love you too, man. I appreciate y'all, man. What's going on, man? Listen, I have not been up on UM football. I'm on some other stuff right now, trying to get ready for next year. So I got some gangsters that I'm recruiting. I ain't gonna share it right now, but I hear that we doing some good things on the football field. You know what I'm saying? Bane been out there a couple of practices. And I see the receiving core has upgraded, you know what I'm saying, doing a lot better. We got some guys that can run, number one. We got some secondary that can run, number two. So that's a great upgrade. And then the defense, from what I've heard, is it's been very. I was at the spring game, you know what I'm saying, watching. I think more so, you know what I'm saying, as far as them running to the ball, attacking, wrapping up, tackling, the basic fundamental stuff that we wasn't doing, and a lot of games that we lost, as you saw, was just little things, fundamental things. I think we have corrected all that, and Mario has done a good job, you know what I'm saying, as far as getting that together. We got a hell of a schedule, fellas. We come out of the gate with Notre Dame, we got Florida, we got Florida State, and then we end in December in Pittsburgh and Virginia Tech. Lord have mercy. We know us South Florida boys, we do not like playing cold weather. I was one, and mentally, I ended up playing with the Broncos. I just, like I said, mentally, we just not, you know what I'm saying, that environment is not conducive. That's like a 12th man for the teams up north, you know what I'm saying? Like the sun is for us in the south. So that's a 12th man. So in a nutshell, man, what's going on, man? Y'all talk to me, man.
Oh, well, nothing, bro. The subject tonight is, are we more focused on recruiting than results?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to get some results, man. This is going into his 4th year. Again, we don't want you to say too much, you know what I'm saying? Because we on the other fence with saying he need to goddamn win this year. And we see an interview where he did with Josh Pate. I'm going to play a couple of clips. And I just want everybody to hear what he was talking about after the after the 3rd and 4th game, that the defense was easy to figure out. And let me play this real quick so they can hear it.
Last year we were very easy to figure out, especially after game 3.
in Game 4. I also last year we were very easy to figure out, especially after Game 3 and Game 4. I also
So after he made that comment, he came back and said that if it was something that maybe he should have brought in an extra eye or another coordinator to help the former coordinator because the defense was going down after the third or the fourth game. Now, this is what he said in this clip, what he could have done. And you guys tell me what you think.
together, you lose together, and I always look at myself and say, you know what? I maybe should have done this for the coordinator, or maybe should have brought him another assistant, maybe should have helped him change something, you know. But one thing for sure, when there's a chance to fix it, you fix it. I didn't think during the year was the time. I don't think during the year trying to fix it that we had enough answers to make a complete change and overhaul. But it was nowhere near standard.
Woo! Anyway, listen, I love y'all. I gotta go. I gotta.
Understandable.
We're talking
Look
about.
at here.
Understandable.
Look here. All right.
We appreciate you
Boy.
coming up.
Boy. Ooh,
We got
Jesus
this.
on the main line. Tell us what you want.
And we're going to tell them what we want.
No, listen, y'all go ahead and finish this. I'll come back. I'll be back before the season get on. I just want to say hello and how y'all doing. I figure eat some poker beans and weenies, man. My wife cooked, man, some fried hot dogs, bro. And I'll holler at y'all.
We love you.
Big bro know how we do. Big bro, hey, big bro got to be protected. Don't say nothing. We got this, big bro. We got you.
That's right. Larry Frank.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that, Larry Frank, because you had the whole year from Game 3 to Game 4, Larry Frank. You said that you could have saved possibly when it got somebody to help the defense, but you didn't think that it would help? Larry Frank, I don't understand. I don't get it, bro.
I know some people ain't going to like what I'm about to say, but y'all know how we do, and you know how we do on this show. And I'm going to say it. That man is full of shit. That man is full of shit. That man is so backed up, the plumbers couldn't even get him right. Straight shit. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, we've seen between the final non-conference game and that first ACC conference game, the defense in its decline. We've seen this. At the end of the day, Mario, you are forgive me, but I got to be in my natural element here. Mario, you are goddamn lie. Because at the end of the day, don't come up here gaslighting the situation after the season, trying to make it look like, oh, it's on you, it's on you. You mean to tell me you're gonna wait until going into the next season to say what everybody with a brain already knows? You gonna already knows. You gonna going into the next season to say what the people that give you a pass because you're a good recruiter, they don't want to say it. What the people with a brain that's strong enough and courageous enough wants to say. Come on, Maury, really do. See, this is what I'm talking about right here.
It gets better. You won't. Oh, let me give you the last.
I haven't seen none of this, so let me have it. This is all new to me.
Look at this.
We opened the season playing really good defense. We communicated well, organized, lined up well. We suffered a couple injuries in an area where we weren't really deep, but that shouldn't be the result after losing a couple of guys. We lost our way. That's what happened. And it came in the form of communication, alignment, and assignment, which the simplicity of that makes you play fast. So we went from playing fast and physical to being uncertain and losing a step and playing slow and looking confused. And it was painful because that's a generational offense. I mean, that was made for TV type of stuff right there. And at the very end, you know, again, we're there, okay? That might as well be this. You're not there, and we recognize that. So
the man said it was a generational offense. After the fourth game, Larry Frank, he didn't feel the need to help the defensive coordinator out because the defense was struggling, bro.
You remember in Waiting to Exhale with my boy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You remember what he told your girl? Can I reiterate what he told your girl?
Yes, you can, sir.
Mario, You raggedy bitch. You gonna come up here. I wish I would have seen it because I wouldn't be as angry right now as I am. I wouldn't be as angry as I am right now. You mean to tell me you gonna come up here and proclaim how generational that offense was, and you did nothing about the defense? You just said that interview to me just proved Mario don't know nothing about X's and O's, which we already know. Because at the end of the day, if you knew X's and O's, you would have acted upon what you saw or the lack of what you saw. You would have made moves. Mario is nothing but a South Florida Brian Kelly. The same stuff these people over here in my backyard dealing with at LSU is what we got with Mario. Mario's a great recruiter, but like we said years ago, and everybody came on and went off on us, and everybody be going off on me in the group talking about, man, you just a hater. At the end of the day, this man masked his lack of coaching acumen at the expense of being able to be a great recruiter. And at the end of the day, if he had somebody that could help him, an assistant somewhere that, hey, he said it himself, that can kind of be his eyes and see things that obviously he doesn't see, guess what? Then 9 times out of 10, something would have got corrected. We had all them ACC games. The only one they halfway played decent was with Florida State, but you can't count that because Florida State was playing with the 2s and the 3s.
And we struggled in the first half with Florida State.
Exactly. Exactly. So at the end of the day, I'm sorry. This dude needs to win. If Miami is not ACC champs this season, then 4 years is enough for me. And I know what the Mario stands are going to say. Well, the contract, he's here to stay. He's here to stay. The problem with y'all is that loyalty y'all got to these Kane alums. Y'all letting loyalty to these Kane alums overrule common sense. Because at the end of the day, I don't care if he won national championships here. I don't care if he's Miami alum. I don't care about none of that. I care about what he's doing for this program. This man's already proven he can't develop quarterbacks. Don't give me this shit about Cam Ward going number 1. I seen people talking about that. Talking about, oh, well, Cam Ward went number 1 overall, but who was his coach? And Carson Beck has the opportunity to be a first-round quarterback. That falls under Mario. Kiss my ass. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, these guys are coming in here with talent. Now, Cam Ward was a question mark coming from Washington State. We didn't know because he had fumbling issues. But obviously, Cam Ward, that brother was smart. That brother knew football. That brother knew how to read.
He didn't learn how to play 1 year football when he got to Miami. He was already skilled. He was who he was, bro.
He was ad-libbing out there. He was ad-libbing and relying on his natural talent. And it didn't hurt that he had a nice core of wide receivers and he had a nice tight end and he had a good running game and a good offensive line to protect them. So at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I don't want to hear about what Mario did for Cam Ward. Cam Ward did what he had to do and he went to where he had to do. The truth is going to be told this year with Carson Beck, because Carson Beck is coming in here from Georgia with some good numbers. He's coming in here with a good touchdown to interception ratio. If those numbers don't at least parallel here at Miami what they did at Georgia, then guess what? Now, all y'all Mario stands are going to have to look at your coach, because at the end of the day, the lack of quarterback development is about to get exposed. We always talk about it when he was at Oregon. Well, he had Justin Herbert. That was Willie's guy. He went to Oregon and Willie had Justin Herbert when Willie left, when they got rid of Willie. Okay? So at the end of the day, y'all, that's why I ain't saying nothing no more. Make excuses. The interview told me all I needed to know. Raggedy.
Bro, you heard everything he said, y'all, in his interview. And the other one that I was talking about from the other interview was with Greg McElroy. And he just was swinging all, had his meat all on in his throat.
Dude.
Josh Pate asked the questions that we all wanted to ask, but we would never have the opportunity to ask Mario that, because he would never come on a show like this. So I thank Josh Pate for asking it the politically correct way and getting him to answer these questions that y'all seen me play, because this is what that man said, bro. We had a generational offense, and he didn't do anything to help the defensive coordinator after the defense looked bad after the 3rd to 4th game, bro. He didn't think that it would help. That's what he said.
Can I address
the line is up? Go ahead. Yes, you can.
While we waiting on the phone call, Beef Eater says, whoa, a South Florida Brian Kelly, that is a huge insult in my world. I have to say this. No, it's not. I mean, if you want to take it as an insult, that's your opinion. I can't say, what's right or wrong, because no opinion is right or wrong. However, you have to look at this. What did Brian Kelly do for years at Notre Dame? He underachieved. What is he doing at LSU? He's underachieving. Now, what is Mario doing at Miami? He's underachieving. I know y'all stuck on beating Ohio State at Oregon a few years ago. I get all of that, but guess what? He underachieved by beating Ohio State. After he beat Ohio State, he underachieved by not being able to beat Utah. And he's underachieving at Miami. So yes, to me, he's doing the same thing at Miami that Brian Kelly did at Notre Dame and that he's currently doing at LSU. He's underachieving. Sorry.
Hey, it is what it is. If you want to call up, man, telephone number is 404-981-3997. If you want to call in, if you want to voice your opinion, the lines are open. The telephone number again is 404-981-3997. It's a Friday night, man. It's You Talk, man.
It's You Talk, baby.
And we talking about, man, are you more concerned with recruiting than results? That's what everybody seems to be worried about, is recruiting. Also had the opportunity to listen to another podcast show, Larry Frank. I ain't gonna call no name, but I heard the host say, after this year, there are 2 position coaches that should be on the hot seat. And I was like, well, damn, let me see who he's talking about. And he said Kevin Beard and Jason Taylor.
Man, I don't even know who you're talking about.
Yes, you do. I just got to tell you about it a little bit later on. And I said, what? He said that. I said, well, wow. He said that because Jason Taylor the defensive tackles hadn't been getting any pressure. He hasn't been recruiting any good D tackles. And he said that Kevin Beard, who can we give him credit for recruiting besides Xavier Restrepo, because they were already here, him and George. And I'm like, wow, but did you forget about how the wide receivers was playing before Kevin Beard got here when they was dropping passes, Larry Frank Jr.? Did you see did he forget that, Larry Frank? Did he see how Kevin Beard corrected that, how the wide receivers played good underneath him? Did he see how the route running improved when Kevin Beard got here? But it was just funny because he didn't mention anything about no shortcomings that the head coach had, but he wanted to talk about these 2 positional coaches that should be on the hot seat if they don't bring in any high-level recruits, because they haven't since they've been here. I didn't understand that, Mr. Larry.
But my thing is, and we got a couple of comments.
King Cal, what up?
A couple of comments I'm gonna address after. My thing is, a position coach's job is not solely to recruit. A position coach's job is to coach the kids in his group and get them to get progressively better. And both Kevin Beard and Jason Taylor did that, especially Jason Taylor in the wake of Reuben Bain with his injury. He was able to get more out of those other guys on the line last year. And he's done a phenomenal job with that line, and now they're starting to get some extra bodies. They're starting to add depth. So that's my thing, man. These people will always give a pass to Mario, and they won't. And my thing is, I'm not saying.
And see, look at this right
here.
No,
that's
this right here.
Those are the comments.
Perfect example.
Those 2 comments right there is what I wanted to address. But to finish my point real quick.
That's Gio, you are boy too, Gio. But damn, Gio, that's all you want.
The issue that I have is people are stuck on the recruiting job. And at the end of the day, let's look at the retention job. How many times do we have to say you do not have not one member of the class of 22 that stayed here?
Hold the line real quick, hold the line. Mm-hmm.
Okay, you talk about the same guy who gets these top 5 classes, top 10 classes, top 3 classes. But then, for whatever reason, the turnover rate is over 50%, somewhere between 50 and 70% of these top-notch classes. So at the end of the day, recruiting is cool, but retention is another. Now, I know what y'all going to say. Well, look at such and such. Look at this other school. Everybody has it. I get that. But you got a whole 22 class. And real quick before we get to the caller, because I don't want to forget the point that I wanted to make. Where Gio, that's our boy. Mario's underachieving. When every year he's done better, he's getting his recruits. I wouldn't call it that.
Then what would you call it?
We're talking about Cam Ward and a generational offense saving this team from what should have been a 7-win season. That's not Mario. That's Cam. Let me tell you something. Have a defense that's equally as bad as last year's defense, and you get at me and tell me, and like I said, no disrespect to Beck, but tell me if Beck can do what Cam did, and will this team, no more Restrepo, whole bunch of young receivers. You tell me if the current Miami offense will be able to navigate all those comebacks like Cam did. The 10 wins that we had last year was because of Cam Ward, and y'all know this. But y'all looking at the record. Y'all not looking at the eye test. So I don't want to hog it because y'all know how I get emotional.
Caller, state your name and where you calling from.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing, man? This is Derek.
Man. That fit man.
It's you talk, baby.
Fishman in the building, man. Check out Fishman.
Uncle Fish. Uncle Fish.
Don't drop out that fish, man. Shit.
Hey, that late man. Listen, Larry Frank gave you a gangster name, man.
Hey, you want me to call you? You want me to call you Jacques Cousteau?
Yeah. Hey, when I cook some more fish for you, it's gonna be goldfish.
Listen, I ain't coming down there no more. But bad as I was treated, man, and you got to worry about me ever coming back again. But I was treated bad. But when I came down there, hey, congratulations to your daughter, man. Too bad.
Yes,
from graduating, man. I want you to talk about that too, man. And shout out to all the. Get ready to start your life, man. And be great, man.
That's the oldest. She's an officer in the Navy, so he picked up 04. So I don't know, that's lieutenant commander or commander, and she had to go get that master. So she got that at HBCU when she went to undergrad at FAM and got a master at Edward Waters in Jacksonville. My youngest child, last one out the nest, she graduated next week out of high school. So I think she going to FAM too, man. So they doing their thing.
HBCU, man, they doing their thing, man.
Yeah,
man.
Man.
That was a beautiful thing, man. I was happy for y'all, man, to see y'all in that picture, man. Tell her we said congratulations too, man.
Absolutely.
Oh, I will. I have so much stuff going on, man, from graduations to death and all that kind of stuff, man. I got a call at Monday, man. One of my close friends, I been known since third grade. We played football together, everything, man. This joker had lung cancer, never smoked a day in his life, man. He went take a physical, man, and come out the door with stage 4, man. So he fought as long as he could, and I got that call Monday, man. So I go up there to Atlanta next. After my daughter graduates, I'll probably shoot up there after that. But besides that,
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, man, everything good, man. Live your life to the fullest while you're here.
Oh, yes, sir. That's all we can do. That's right.
Yeah, man. That my outlet was going to these games, but y'all got me nervous about even going to go to some games now. I didn't pay for tickets. I might have to sell them.
No, don't sell them. No, don't sell them, bro. You know, we're just saying, be a little bit optimistic, man. Like we just don't understand. Like, where do you sit? Where do you sit at, man? Like, as far as the vocal point on recruiting versus the results, bro. Like, we knew that this man was a great recruiter already, but we ready to see results, man. What's your opinion on that? What's your take?
I like y'all take on it. You know, got to look at both sides of a coin here and tell. We knew to a lot of this stuff because y'all talked a while back and had some of your heavy hitters on there. We've been playing catch up for 20 years, and we hadn't been recruiting like this in God knows how long. But you know, you got to put it on the field. I don't know, man. He got some issues. He got the dress, man, to sharpen to make him a better coach, and I hope he's doing it. In light of everything, you know, he's been ascending up each year, so you can't go no further this year but to win the ACC Championship and make the playoffs. Because to me, the talent acquisition on that team is better than last year, if you ask me. From the O line, the D line, I mean everything across, man. The talent is way way more than it was last year. So yeah, it's ACC a bust. I can't go no lower than that. I mean, if you win 10 and go to ACC, I ain't got nothing to say. But yeah, even though that schedule is tougher than last year with the team they got, I mean, until Carson Beck get acclimated with the receivers, man, you got a mauling offensive line. You loaded that running back. You got good tight end. That defense is vastly improved over the secondary, though. Yeah, ain't no excuse, man. It's 10 plus wins in the ACC Championship.
Did you see the?
I told you it was the last. I told him I gave him 4 years, so this is it for me.
Did you see the interviews that we just played? I don't know when you joined the show, Derek.
Yeah. I watched all of them.
What are your thoughts on him acknowledging that we had a generational offense, and he's seen that the defense was crashing after like the third and fourth game, and he had the opportunity to bring in another coach or another eye to help the former defensive coordinator, and he chose not to because he said that he didn't think that it would make a difference.
I'm gonna even go a little deeper on that. When you turned me on to the guy I've been wanting to talk to for the longest, Nevin Shapiro, I watched this show, and he had some people on there that went a little deeper. So even though he's doing well right now, I made no excuses for him to a certain extent. I still think his hands tied a little bit. And one of those guys said on there, Tavares Gooden, one of the former players, said, hey,
linebacker.
Mario said that, hey, he told Mario, he said, listen, I know some of the stuff and some of the bureaucratic and diplomacy stuff going on behind the scenes. You got to be able to just say F what they talking about and do you and be you. So roll your sleeves up, Mario, man up. You played for the damn school. You're an alumni, all that. Hey, man, F them damn people behind the scenes and do what you got to do to win, man.
But my question is, what are the people doing behind the scenes that stopped him from doing directly what I asked you, though, as far as making a change or getting some help with possibly saving a season that should have been better than what it was? I mean, possibly ACC Championship appearance, or if we would have had somewhat of a defense and we would have brought an extra eye in to help the coordinators, what I'm saying. How does that?
I don't even know if he could have brought somebody else in there because you had him already on the team. Jason Taylor was a damn D coordinator in high school. Jason Taylor was a Hall of Famer. You got a whole bunch of head coaches that you got as analysts on your staff that were won state championships. You got some of them that played with Mario in the 80s on the championship team. So he got people on that staff that were qualified to take over. If he wanted to terminate Gidget midway through the season, he had people already on staff he could have brought in there to handle business. So he had to bring nobody in from off the street. He already had them on the staff.
Thank you. And that make me. That's what I'm saying. Like, so why should I feel confident with him fumbling the ball? Why should I be confident this year? And like you're saying, we got a better talented roster this year. Why should I be confident this year in us being any better this year than him having the opportunity? And he's saying us having a generational offense last year when things was all into play for us to do well, and he fumbled the bag with that. Like, why should I be confident this year?
Well, each year he done got better than when he first started. No matter what he does, even if he win the championship, we still know that his thing ain't X and O's. No matter if he win 2 or 3 championships, you got a lot of coaches out there that ain't X and O guys, but they got a hell of a support staff that carry them over. Because I don't think my home team, Georgia Bulldogs, Kirby Smart is an X and O coach. He just got a hell of a staff to help carry him over the threshold. I think certain teams. I mean, LSU has some good teams. Not necessarily good coaches, but they support staff was so damn good. Saban was a good head coach, but Saban always had a hell of a goddamn support staff behind him. So, hey, I ain't gonna say we got a hell of a damn support staff right now. I mean, I like the coaching. I mean, they ain't top tier coaches like some of these championship schools have, but I mean, we do have some good coaches. I like how y'all defended well, whoever you said the crazy thing
Kevin
about
Beard.
Jason Taylor. Yeah, Jason Taylor, Kevin Beard. Jason Taylor coached DNs. If you go for the time Jason Taylor came in as a DN coach, Jason Taylor became the top DNs pretty much in the top 3 in the country.
Thank you.
Coach Joe's over D tackles. That's been our weakness. But over the last 2 years, we got D tackles in there. We just gotta get them in there, get them acclimated to what's going on. The D tackles and the DNs wasn't the problem. It was the secondary.
That's right.
Yeah, I didn't understand that, D. I didn't understand that. And like I say,
the receiver, shit. When the hell our receiver look this damn good?
Best they've looked in a long time.
Man, them boys were blocking downfield. They were running their route. They were catching the damn ball. I was like, goddamn, what else you want them to do?
What else you want them to do, D?
And all the top receivers were leaving the state of Florida, and they still did what they did.
That part, bro. That part.
Yeah. Shit.
And like I say, I didn't hear no blame pointed directly or nothing thrown the head coach way saying that it's time for him to win or anything. Like the deflection is, I don't know. Like when you say that he's gotten better every year, can you be specific at what you feel like that he's done every year to where you feel like that he's gotten better? Are we talking about him just winning the win column went up, or are we talking about recruiting? What specifically are you talking about when you say every year that he's gotten better?
I'm going to go from the win column. I'm going to go by, remember when we be on the show sometime and we'll joke around that Mario got some spies on your show and some other shows because every time we point out a deficiency or a mistake that he made, miraculously, some type of way he didn't got it corrected. So I can't. This man and 5 coaches. When we talked about the coaches, this man and when we pointed out the weaknesses on the team, he did overloaded on whether it's the recruiting or the portal. So I mean, before he came in, the last 2 or 3 coaches, you couldn't tell them shit. As far as they weren't trying to improve nothing. So I mean, I do give him credit. He got some people out there listening on these shows, I guess, telling him what people saying about what they don't like and do like. So I can't get on him about that, man. Cause I'm talking about each year we point out some shit that he did asinine and he done damn made changes. So, hey.
Well, let me say this to you, Unc. You're right. It was told to us. It was told to us by a very confident source that is close to some people down there that Mario has PR people. They watch all of the podcasts. They watch everybody, every Miami Hurricane podcast. And it came back to certain people that, no, we are not liked. We are not favorited because we are too real. And yes, you're right about that. So there's definitely a lot of watching going on here and there. That's true.
And I mean, if he can't have thin skin because he played there and you know the expectation of the school. Hey, you took over a dumpster fire. A lot of fans are impatient. You know what I mean? You can't blame them because for the longest, the damn administration and the president went on the same page to make things happen. So, hey, I commend the damn school for once in a lifetime while I'm still here, they all stays on the same damn page. Now, Mario still got a weakness. His weakness is X and O. All coaches got a weakness. I ain't never seen a coach that has all avenues covered, but his weakness is X and O. So hopefully he can figure out some type of way to straighten that part out.
Yeah, we hope. We hope.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
I mean, he bringing the talent in. I mean, I can't complain on the talent at all. You bringing the talent in, the school not hesitate putting that money out there. And it's so funny because I've been crying about this 20-some years. You got schools like Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, USC had audacity to talk about Miami spending some money. It's about goddamn time to spend some money. Shit. It's about goddamn time. But I told y'all, I told Dare, I said, Dare, when they clear this NIL thing, Saban ass going to be gone in the first or second year because the playing field going to be leveled out. And that's exactly what his coward ass did. He got the hell out of there.
You did say that. Me and you had a conversation and you said that. I can confirm that. You did say that.
Yeah. Soon as the playing field got level, his coward ass got right the hell on up out of there, and he the main one now talking shit about the NIL. But your illegal raggedy ass was goddamn stealing all the damn talent for the longest, and all these damn white ass redneck racist ass reporters want to kiss your ass, trying to make you the next best thing, knowing damn well if Jimmy Johnson and damn Bush Davis wouldn't have left Miami early, you wouldn't even be talking about no goddamn Nick Saban.
That's right.
Ain't never been a college coach better than Bush Davis and Jimmy Johnson.
Period.
Say it with your chest out. Say it with your chest out. Say it.
It's Utah, baby.
The best talent evaluators ever. Jimmy Johnson, the only coach ever won a Super Bowl, won a national championship as a player and a coach. That'll never happen again.
Fit man.
Not in his lifetime. But yeah, man, Miami, man, I'm happy, bro. The direction they're going. They better win 10 or boy, and then win this ACC.
10 ain't good enough for me. I want 11 to 12. 10 ain't good enough.
Oh, well, I mean, I want 11 to 12. But at this point, I take 10 if it's 10 to win that damn ACC. I take 10.
Definitely.
That team they got right now. I mean, if we would have had these people he put in the secondary for this year, if we would have had 2 or 3 of them on this last year team, oh my God. Ohio State defense couldn't stop that offense we had last year.
They couldn't.
It wasn't a team last year in the playoff that couldn't stop that offense.
Right.
I was so goddamn mad because against Syracuse and Georgia Tech, that offensive line we had, we were mauling both teams. Why did they stop running the goddamn football? There was no reason to pass.
That's your head coach.
Well, let me say something real quick. I want to highlight something real quick while we still got you before you get out of here. I think a lot of people are forgetting. This week, it was announced that the NCAA is changing some things with the college football playoff. And it says right here is that they're going to shift for the 25-26 season. They're going to shift to a straight seeding model, meaning the top 4 teams in the selection committee's final rankings will receive the top 4 seeds in the first round bye, regardless of conference championship status. Previously, the top 4 conference champions were guaranteed first round bye. So what does that tell me? Miami will have to win 11 games or more to have an opportunity to get a top 4 seed.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the ACC right now, Clemson and Miami should be in there on paper. I did say on paper again because shit, Georgia Tech slowly creeping up.
Yeah. Real quick.
Hold on, there. We gotta address
real quick.
A comment. Yeah.
We gotta address a viewer comment. Beefeater says, how does he have time to worry about what the podcast was saying? Sounds paranoid. Sounds like BK talking about Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly had Brian Polian carrying his water and trashing kids behind the scene who transferred out. Beefeater, here's the situation. Every university, and this has come to us, and this is common knowledge. You can research it yourself. Every university has PR departments watching these podcasts now because podcasts are a big part of the game now. It's no longer just the regular media outlets, the regular news source outlets. Podcasts have pretty much taken over. And guess what? Every university has it. So it's not about Mario being paranoid. This is just what it is. And we were told that his PR team watches everyone. And we were told specifically that he is not a fan of Utah, which we don't give a shit, but it is what it is. Continue on.
Okay. Let me ask y'all a question, not really changing topic. I was serious about this shit. Excuse my French. But right now, not trying to bring politics and all that in there, but right now it's hard to be a goddamn African American male or female with this bullshit going on in this world, in this country right now. What do you think about this mofo speaking at the University of Alabama commencement a couple of weeks ago?
I'm not surprised. Alabama's a red state, and it makes sense. That's
where a lot of his base is, right?
Yeah.
Not surprising at all.
So with that being said, because you know how we always talk off air,
mm-hmm.
if you had a child that was outstanding football right now. And I've been saying this before this clown even spoke at that place. How in the hell, I wouldn't give a damn how much money a school over here, how in the hell can y'all send y'all kids to racist ass schools like this to play football? It's just mind-boggling.
Because the parents are pimping the kids.
Yeah.
The parents are trying to sell the kids to the highest bidder with this NIL. They don't give a damn, man. They just want the money.
And not only that, they figuring if they go to these PWIs that got these big names and their kids can play, that's an easier path for them to get to the league. Basically, what D said, pimping them out. My little nephew, and he ain't but 10 years old, so I got time to work on him. He told my sister-in-law that he wants to go to Alabama. He plays ball right now. He's playing Pee-wee football. He's coming up in the ranks. And he said that if he can, he wants to go to Alabama. You better believe me, I'm working on him. I got some time to work on him. So this is what they know.
That's a great question, though, Derek. Right.
No, because this is crazy. And the reason I say that is because we as black people, we make some money. We have a good job. Your spouse has a good job. You raise your kids the right way. We get in these self-plastic bubbles, and we ignore what goes on around you in the real world. We just ignore that. This ain't changed. This has been going on down here in the South for years. I mean, when Mary Frey was talking about how racist LSU was, this common knowledge you stay in the South. And I start being a thinker and start paying attention to stuff that's going around me because it's time for me to stop being quiet and stop allowing stuff to happen, and I don't say nothing no more. A lot of these schools, I don't care if you're a fan of them or not, they racist as hell, man.
Right.
Man, I grew up in Atlanta, University of Georgia, right up 7-8. I know what the hell I saw when I used to go up there to see some of my friends that went to college up there, some of my friends that played football there. If you ain't played football up there at University of Georgia, you up there clubbing and partying, man, please lock your ass up in a heartbeat.
Oh, they got quite a few of them at Miami. They got quite a few races at Miami. We've seen the comments by a lot of them.
Right.
Check this out. When I went to that game, we was down there at that game when they played Florida State. And this was hilarious. There was a lot of Cubans, the ones that thought they were white, and they found out that they wasn't after that election, had the University of Miami hats on with the U on it, and they put TRMP around the goddamn thing. Wow. 3 or 4 of them had the nerve to come up to me and want to shake my ass. Man, you don't get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit.
Wow.
I said one thing about it, 2 things for sure. All these racist ass schools in towns, it's our people on the damn team. It ain't y'all.
Right.
Our people on them damn football teams.
Right.
Y'all ass in the stand. Y'all ain't playing on that damn team. And 30-some years ago, 40-some years ago, and you know, Luke controversial to some people, but I agree with what he said. I wish all black athletes was able to go back to HBCU like it was in the 60s and the 70s, and we wouldn't have to be dealing with this bullshit no more we dealing with right now. The whole top 25 would be HBCU.
Well, the biggest problem with that, Hawk, and I think we all know what it is. The HBCU with the funding.
They don't have the funding.
You don't have the funding. And I mean, when you start looking at the facilities and what it would take, you know, I would love to see that as well. But until and that's why I salute Dion for what he did at Jackson State. I salute Eddie George for what he's doing at Tennessee State. I'm rooting for Michael Vick at Norfolk State. Deshaun Jackson, I believe, is at Delaware State. I'm rooting for him as well.
Delaware State, yeah.
But the ceiling is going to be, you might get a handful every now and then. I mean, look, shout out to Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter broke the mold, man, because for Travis Hunter to be a top-notch recruit that could have went to basically any college, any PWI in the country, and he decided to go to Jackson State, he bet on himself. Now, obviously, they transferred, went to Colorado. He won the Heisman. But for 2 years, Travis and Shador were D1 talents at Jackson State. And I'm sorry they couldn't win the Celebration Bowl. They were able to run the table the rest of the season. But it was a good look for Jackson State. It was a good look for HBCU football. I just wish we could get more, if not 5 stars, some top-notch 3 stars that could make these HBCUs competitive, so that when these HBCUs wind up playing the bigger schools in these money games, I'd like to see some of these HBCUs knock off some of these big dogs.
But you know what's funny? It goes back to what Derek was saying too, though, because Derek made a good point. And that was some of us, when we get money, you know, we get into our bubble, and a lot of these people that went to these HBCUs, they graduate, and you can't not call our people out too. They don't give back to these universities after they graduate and get their degrees. Yep. You know, they don't. You know, so a lot of this stuff is self-inflicted by our people as well. You know, they graduate from there, and they'll come back to homecoming and do all of that stuff there and get in the line with their sorority sisters or Q dogs and stomping. But a lot of them don't get back to they don't get back to the university like that as well. So, you know, a lot of this stuff we got to start with ourselves too, man, and try to, you know, that's why we got the Real Talk show and we talk about a lot of these things, man. So, but that's a good point though, Derek, though, man. Definitely, man. Like,
hey, not trying to interrupt. You know what I told my son the other day? I said, I need you to listen to this. I need you to listen to this and I'm very clear about this. Because it pisses me off when people play with that shit and it ain't funny. When a motherfucker tell you, black or white, why you playing the race card, you leave that motherfucker alone, because that motherfucker ain't real at all. Ain't a goddamn thing in this world, especially United States, that ain't got nothing to do with race. Everything in this goddamn country got to do with race. And if you damn saying it don't, you lying to yourself.
Amen.
Sports always got to do with race. Athletes use that platform in sports to tell you about what's really going on, and then the white folks get mad and shut their ass down. I was in Atlanta, and you came after in the 90s, Devin. Dion was very outspoken when he played for the Braves and the Falcons. And back then, Atlanta was trying to silence all the black athletes that was outspoken. Every time an athlete was outspoken in Atlanta, they got ran out of there. For the Braves or the Falcons, for the Hawks, whatever. Dion always was outspoken, and they didn't like that. That's why they took it out on his son in that draft. That was personal. And I told people before that, when Colin Kaepernick stood up for our black asses, and he got them white folks project the narrative, and I was in the damn Marine, so you can't up and tell me about who should kneel and who a patriot, who ain't. 90% you goddamn rednecks ain't never served no goddamn military. Tell us about it. Who can stand and who don't need to stand, and who need to stand for the flag and the national. I've been stopped standing for that mother freaker.
Same here. I sit my ass down.
Hell, I'm a pledge to something. They don't give a damn about me. You know, that's a sore spot for me as a black veteran, and that's an elephant in the room that most black veterans don't get the black platform to talk about. We go over there and fight for this damn country. You come back and look at us like the N-word. But we cool long. We can play football and run up and down the basketball court for your ass. We cool for that. You know, this kind of stuff need to be talked about more.
Oh no, and that's what we doing. We do it over here on Utah. We do it on
your show. Do it. Your show.
We do it on Real Talk. We had somebody tell us what on Real Talk. What did they say, last Frank, about the?
They said that there's no racial divide in America. I don't know if you saw our show, not this past Monday, but a couple of weeks ago. We had a panel. We were talking about the Carmelo Anthony situation and the racial divide in America. Everybody that's been watching the Carmelo Anthony situation sees the racial divide, and one of our family members said there's no such thing as a racial divide that's made up by the media, but they're not black. So, you know, I get why they say it. They don't see it through the lenses of a black person. And I mean, that's another show, you know, but we get into that.
But you know what? You ain't got to have no black lens to see what's right and what's wrong. All you gotta just come on the damn TV.
Yes, sir.
Or come over here and walk in my shoes for about 6 months. Put the black face on and come over here and walk in my shoes.
White people kill me with that bullshit. There's no racism in this. Where the fuck you at? Where you at? Because I can tell you tons and tons of stories, but they choose to acknowledge. Like, I'm trying to think of this white lady. She's a professor, older lady now. She got to be in her 70s, maybe 80s, but she used to go around all the United States and go to these white schools and talk to the kids in high school and everything and ask them would they trade places with us. Hell, they would trade places with us.
Jane, I forgot her last name. Jane Elliott. Jane Elliott.
Yeah. So mixing with that bullshit, they talking about they don't see. Oh, you see. You choose not to see.
That part.
See, I respect the white ones that ain't cowards because maybe 10 to 20% of them ain't bad. But that 80%, the hell if they ain't. What Muhammad Ali said a long time ago, he was on the talk show. They said, Muhammad Ali, do you hate white folks? He said, that's a dumb question to ask me. He said, but I'm going to give you a synopsis. If you got 650 rattlesnakes at my front door, I ain't got time to put my hand in that pile and pull out the ones who venomous and the ones that's not.
Facts.
So, and everybody talks so highly of Nick Saban. Nick Saban signed off on that fool to speak at that commencement because he spoke right after them.
We know what it's about.
The great Nick Saban signed on for that fool to speak at that commencement because he spoke right after he did. And our people, we ignore that bullshit. Oh, that ain't no big deal. That ain't no big deal. This fool is stripping away everything they got to do with African American. That we was here first on this country. We were here first, and you got the nerve to call somebody a refugee, and your ass ain't even from here. They reversed our history, got us thinking we all came here on a slave ship, and we was already damn here. We the Black Indians on the East Coast, the Seminole, the Choctaw, the Miccosukee. That's us. But they got us thinking all us came on here on the damn slave ship by lying to history as young kids. And that's why we mixed up right now. But the history right there on your phone. But if people start realizing who they are, where they come from, they'll act better, they'll do better. I guess that's for another show, man. But that's one thing that pulled me to the University of Miami in the 80s, man, because there was a multicultural team. You had white, you had Cuban, you had black, you had Haitian. You had everything on the Miami football team. And they had the guts to let them people act and act out how they felt. They didn't do the traditional get a referee to football once they scored, man. That's what attracted me to that team in the 80s.
Yeah. So, yeah, you hear Melvin Brad talk about it all the time, man, with him and his teammates, man, how they all used to go to the movies together, man. Everybody, it was a brotherhood back then, man. And it's not, again, man. It's not.
But, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, people don't realize because you got this young generation that don't know nothing about what Miami football is. If you go back and look at all the things that came from the University of Miami, University of Miami was the first team to hold up 4 fingers for the fourth quarter. Miami was the first team to come out to smoke. All this stuff these teams doing now, they copied out the University of Miami. Nick Saban blueprint came from what's the coach, the first Stellenberger. Everybody copycat out the University of Miami, then they want to make their school the big dog.
Yeah.
We playing catch up, but we slowly coming back.
I hope so.
We slowly coming back. I mean, even if Mario ain't there, the blueprint been laid on what it gonna take. The money is there, the support staff there, the athletic director, everything there. If he don't do it, somebody else behind him should be able to get it done. I just like the rest of the program going for where it was the last 20 years.
Let's hope that he can get it done this year. Because it's set up for him. It was set up for him last year. He fumbled the bat. We're gonna see what he's gonna do this year, man. But we're gonna see if we can get some more callers in here, man. Phil, I'm gonna call you. You working tonight? You working tonight?
Yeah, I'm driving now. Yeah.
All right, I'll mess with you after the show.
Oh yeah.
Okay, bro. Y'all take care. Be blessed, man.
You too, man. Love you, brother.
Much love,
love y'all too.
All right, my guy. Later.
Right. Yo.
It's you talk, baby.
That's our brother, man. Taking some more callers, man. Y'all want to call up, man. The telephone number is 404-981-3997, man. If you want to call up, man, and what's your opinion, man? We talking about a little bit of everything tonight, actually, man. But that's why you'll never know what you're going to get on You Talk, man. Larry Frank, man, go ahead and plug your show, man. Real Talk, man. If people don't know about it, man. You and Miss Shy Blue.
Yeah. Shouts out to my sis, my co-host, Miss Shy Blue. Real talk. As it's put on, there it is right there. That's our promo right there. You know, just you got a little excerpt from Unc right there. But that's the type of stuff we talk about, and not just, you know, the social and the racial stuff. We talk about everything, you know, real topics, relationship stuff, all kinds of stuff, you name it. And also what I would like to do as well, if you have a topic that you want to talk about, because we're open to whatever y'all want to talk about, email your topics or your comments to either one of those emails right there. That's Shy's email. That's my email for the show. And we're on every other Monday. We just had our last show this past Monday. If you missed it, go on this page. You'll see it. We talked about black fatigue. A couple of weeks ago, we had a panel. We were talking about, as I alluded to with Unc, we talked about the racial divide stemming from the Carmelo Anthony situation. We have our next show coming up in a couple of weeks. We're going to have our very own Joseph Bernard and his wonderful wife, Miss Kim. They're going to be talking about stuff that they deal with in their relationship. So, man, look, it's a show for everybody.
Give them the dynamic of that relationship, and also plug the time too. What time do you guys come on?
Yeah, every other Monday, 8
Hold the line,
Eastern.
caller.
Every other Monday, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. And just to give you a prelude of that next show, Miss Kim, for those who don't know, Miss Kimberly, she's white. JB, as you know, is black. And she is a descendant of, is it the Hatfields?
Hold the line, caller. Hold the line.
Is it the Hatfields? I forgot which family. Yeah, she's a descendant of the Hatfields. And from my understanding, she comes from a family that didn't take too well to black folks, and she married a black man. So they're going to come on and talk about, you know, overcoming some of those odds, and it's going to be a good show. It's going to be a fire show. So we get into those kind of topics and all kinds of other stuff. So yeah, man, come be a part of it. We don't have the phone line like you have right here just yet. We're working on that, but we do have the live link where you can come on live. You know what I'm saying? And it's an extension of You Talk. It's for the people, but we just talk about real shit.
Caller, thank you for that, Larry Frank, man. Caller, state your name and where you're calling from.
You already know who this is. It's the Italian.
What's up, James? What up?
Oh, brother, so much, you know, but I am just blessed. Sorry I didn't realize you guys had a show tonight, but I just checked my phone, and Larry had sent a message that you all had the live show, and I was hoping I could maybe get on before y'all jumped off or what have you. And it looked like the topic of the conversation, based on what the show was called, was about, you know, are you more satisfied with the recruiting aspect of it than the results, you know? And, you know, truth be told, me and Larry, we've had private conversations outside of it, and any fan that knows football, and I think that the three of us, and for the majority of it, you know, the audience, the U-Talk family knows, you know, what's successful and what's not. You know, on paper, you can put together a class, but did you really develop them? Are they even with the program anymore? You know, and those are things that, oh, great, you won National Signing Day. But if those results don't transfer onto the field, which is where it really counts, the wins and losses, you ain't going to sustain that, and people are going to take their ball and leave. Years past, you know, there was a penalty. You know, you had to make a really big decision if you were leaving. You had to sit out a year, you know, and was it a good situation for you? Do they run the offense or defense that you were used to playing in high school or fits your needs? And truth be told, you look at that situation now, you can go wherever you want. You can go to a school, go through spring practice, it seems like, and then leave and go somewhere else or what have you for the fall. So you know, it's different rules now than what it was back then, which is a shame. But at the same time, you know, Miami right now is going into year 4, and you just had the number 1 pick get drafted. And I think he's going to do a great job for my Titans. I mean, they couldn't be any worse, honestly, than what they've had. But the fact is that you look at what you had. You had a generational talent in Cam Ward, okay? And you had a couple of nice players. That's what they were. But still look at the draft results. You other than Cam Ward and Arroyo, the majority of your draft was still third day. I still don't even know how we went through that one draft and that one boy got picked because he was big in the 7th round or what have you. And that almost would have ended the streak of draft picks for Miami. That's how bad it's been. So in reality, you still, and could you really, yes, Cam Ward, we had the benefit of getting him, but he could have been somewhere else and he would have been another number 1 pick for somebody else. And you can't just dismiss that. And I'm sure there's some haters that are saying, oh, this guy every time with his stuff and all that. And that's fine. You know, I know my stuff. And the truth of the matter is that until you can get back to the days where you had 3 or 4 draft picks in the first round, like the Georgias, like the Ohio States, like the Alabamas, that's when you know that Miami is Miami again. Okay? And that is what needs to be the result. And then on the field, you had a pathetic schedule. You had one of the worst defenses in program history, and you wasted this generational talent, honestly. And it's just, it's disgusting. And the fact that you really didn't even utilize Arroyo properly. He was a matchup nightmare. I mean, he scores right away against Georgia Tech. Why did you not go back to him? I mean, if that means that they're covering him, then somebody else is open. But I still saw him running down the field. And if you're trying to be cute as a playmaker to get everybody involved, this ain't no NCAA football where you're trying to get everybody's stats and things of that nature. You go to your go-to guys. You go to your Haas's, the difference makers. That's what all other teams with smart coaches do. So it was a disappointing year. And now you've got a guy in Beck that, you know, he might do good. He might. You know, I know that I've talked to some Georgia fans that actually feel that had he not gotten hurt, they're the ones hoisting the trophy and not Ohio State. You know, that it just was bad luck with him getting hurt. Does that translate to Miami? I don't know. We've gotten a bunch of transfers come in, and at the end of the day, they still are unproven at this point. You know, we hope that they translate over here, but more times than not, the transfers, other than Cam Ward and a couple of others, have just been You know, that's just what it really boils down to. And you can't dismiss this going forward. You just cannot. And now you've got a harder schedule. You open up with a team that a lot of people see as a true contender, and you have an opportunity on Sunday night to absolutely kick their ass at home and maybe, you know, show something to the country for once. And then you got the Gators in a couple weeks. The only advantage is you've got these big games at home. But the out-of-conference stuff has never been the problem. You have showed up, for the most part, against the out-of-conference. It goes back to the dreaded ACC and how you've not been able to win this pathetic conference. SMU almost did it in their first year with a bunch of Miami guys that we all thought weren't good enough to play here. Well, yeah, they know that they were good enough to play in the ACC when they got matched up with teams like Clemson and you know, the Texases of the world or the ones that were in the playoffs, then they looked ordinary. That's fine. But it also shows the inept coaching that you've had here as well and the lack of development. So as far as I'm concerned, my expectations, I don't give a damn that we have Beck or this receiver from here, or JoJo Trader looks good in practice, or the offensive line and defensive line, they brought in this guy and this linebacker. Until they all get on the field, until they're healthy, until Mario knows he can coach a game, you'll see this at 6-16. And when you put your expectations that low, you're not going to be disappointed. And
James,
last year.
Real quick, James, I got a question. Did you see the Mario interview with Josh Pate?
You know, can I tell you this? It's been a very, very busy week for me. It was sent to me. It is on my agenda to watch. I can only imagine what was said. Can you give me a brief synopsis real quick? So, because, you know, Pate was our biggest cheerleader before the season, and I don't know if him and Mario have a bromance or going on or whatever. And then he turned on us quicker than, Benedict Arnold or what have you, and didn't even have us in the top 10 till all these supposed, good players started coming to us and this new defensive coordinator. But go ahead, Larry. Please enlighten me just a bit. So.
I really want to hear your reaction, because when you hear what Mario said, because I heard it for the first time. D played it earlier for the first time, and it just made me pissed off. But just to paraphrase it, Mario basically said that he should have had somebody, or should have looked at having somebody helping out the previous defensive coordinator after the third or fourth game or whatever. So he basically admitted that he knew the defense wasn't any good and didn't see no improvement, and he should have did something. And then he went on to confirm that Miami had a generational offense, and he basically dropped the ball. He said it.
Yeah. And can I tell you this? Here's my response to it.
Yeah.
He should be fired on the spot. You're getting paid $10 million, and you're now reflecting back on that. You should be fired on the spot. You're a buffoon, and that's what I've said. I've turned on him because you are not bringing what I thought you would bring. I knew you could recruit. Your game day skills sucked, but I thought that you could surround yourself with a smart enough staff that could make up for that. And I thought that same staff would be able to develop these wonderful recruits that you bring in. And none of that has happened. None of that has happened. And he's a buffoon. And truth be told, you have Ed Orgeron's son on staff in some capacity. He's not doing anything. He's still collecting a check from LSU. There's a great resource right there. Why didn't you have him involved? Butch Davis isn't doing anything. Why didn't you get him involved? I mean, Alabama has like 1,000 graduate assistants or whatever like that. They've taken fired coaches like Butch Jones and people like that are still getting paid big bucks at universities, guys, and literally are getting paid $1,000 and reaping the benefits of somebody else's money to do that homework, because they may not be trusted to be the guy, but they have a football mind to at least game plan and understand tendencies and film and things of that nature. And that's what's missing from Mario's brain, that he doesn't think that. Why didn't you learn that under Saban or what have you? And it's just ridiculous. I mean, you should be fired on the spot for making a stupid statement like that. I mean, and realistically, your defense, the fact that you didn't, I've seen Saban before. Again, I'm going to use Saban for an example. You've used Saban in the past, has literally taken the headset from his defensive coordinator and said, "You're not doing your job. You're not costing us this game. I'm calling the play." And the truth of the matter is you may only be an experienced offensive lineman, but you've been around football and had enough conversations that if you notice that the guys on the field aren't performing, you can't do anything worse than what's on the bench. Maybe they don't know the playbook, but damn it, maybe they run a 4-3 instead of a 4-8. You have a linebacker like Kiko with stone feet trying to cover a running back that runs a 4-3 or 4-4. That matchup is lost every time. Yes. So put somebody on him that can cover him. You can watch that from watching Remember the Titans. I mean, what is this guy? Honestly.
It's Utah, baby.
I could say this, man. They don't even have to pay me what they're paying Mario. I could have gotten us to the ACC Championship game with Cam Ward. Honestly. I really do.
That part.
Yeah. I mean, come on. So, but listen, I know that you got other callers, but I'm just going to say this. Have the low expectations. Mm-hmm. We root for them. We wait for this every year. I said it when I was a guest on the show years ago when you had me on. I said, it's like Christmas morning. We wait for it. We have to wait all these years. And it sucks when you start out 0-1. It's going to be even harder now that the playoffs aren't even giving that automatic bid. So Miami's got to go flawless, because you think that committee is going to let them in? They better win every game comfortably and be undefeated. And any loss is going to be held very, very harshly against them. It really is. This is the reality. We all need to accept this. And the truth of the matter is that realistically, you keep it at 6-6. Maybe they show up. The people at Hard Rock are loud as hell. We rock Notre Dame's ass in, which would be amazing. and maybe get the ball rolling for the second year, and it works this year. But guys, every time we get a little excited, and it's been like that with Coker, it's been like that with Randy, it's been like that with Golden, it's been like that with Brick, and a little bit with Manny, that 2020 year, the COVID year. And then, you know, you've got Mario. And the last 2 years, we have started 4-0 and 10-0, respectively. And the wheels have fallen off, and it just goes from there. And why would it not happen again? History has a very scary way of repeating itself. And when you have a buffoon make a statement like what Larry Frank just said on a national show like Josh Pate and everything of that nature, the sad part is that he can screw it up again.
Yep.
It might be the
that
offense
part.
this time.
Yeah. That part.
It might be. Yeah.
That part. That part. That part.
Yeah.
That part.
And until he proves otherwise, we will hold him to that standard. And we deserve to hold that to that standard. All of us live paycheck to paycheck. And we invest in that program, you know, in terms of if we pay for tickets, whether away or home games, the merchandise, all that's our time when we could be doing something else, maybe with our families, or if they're not interested in football, and we ain't even making a thumbprint. He can wipe his ass with a dollar bill with how much money he's made. And I heard a story that apparently he's buying a property with some money. Like, this is supposed to be giving back. It's a tax write-off. But he's buying a property to help either children or vets or something. I can't really say what the real thing was. But whether it's true or not, I saw it come across my feed. And I thought to myself, well, you know, at least he's contributing one way, because he should have been giving all that money back for how all the fans spent last year to not get to the ACC title game and a playoff that was absolutely abysmal and deserved the most exciting player in the country, which was Cam Ward. That's all I got. Mic drop. Love you guys. Watch Larry's show. Keep supporting Utah. Love each other. And I want everybody to have a very blessed, happy Memorial Day and a wonderful summer. Go Canes, baby.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. You ain't going to plug the show? Plug the show.
Yeah.
Plug your show.
Well, right now it is Rebels with a Cause. We are right now kind of in the summer. You know, it's not football season yet, but what we are doing, we are in the process of changing the platform. And I was actually going to give you a call, Larry, because, you know, one of the best shows we had was when you came on as a guest for our Wrestlemania talk, by the way. And I know you and me have talked about wrestling and everything like that. So in a way, I will plug the show. It's still Rebels with a Cause, and you can subscribe to us on YouTube at Rebels with a Cause 1324. And what we're going to be doing is changing the format a little bit to where it's not going to be politics or any crap like that. It is strictly sports, all sports, everything that we want to talk about. And we're going to have a guest every week that joins our little panel, and we talk about it, laugh, and have a great camaraderie for about an hour, hour and a half, and maybe even build to not just the chat box, but maybe a phone line like what Larry does or is about to try to do with his show and what you've done with You Talk. And I definitely got to pick your guys' brains about that as we're really excited. We just haven't gotten it off the ground, but I had a great meeting with Shane and Two Pair earlier today to discuss where we want to go with the show. But like I said, Rebels with a Cause, at Rebels with a Cause 1324 on YouTube. Like and subscribe, catch our past videos, and be prepared to be entertained and laugh. That's what it's all about. Sports, fun, and camaraderie with brothers. Simple as that. So, but love you guys, and thank you so much for always giving me the platform and for giving me all the love and support you all always do, and it's always back at you threefold, honestly.
Love you back, bro. And look, Stallion, whenever y'all want to do another show, you know me, I love my wrestling. So whenever y'all want to get back on that topic, get at me and we'll come up with a time and I'll come back on there, because real quick, I don't know if I'm mad right now because I saw today New Orleans lost Wrestlemania. Triple H.
What is going on with this? What is going on with this? Because
New Orleans lost WrestleMania, and Vegas is going to host Vegas took WrestleMania from New Orleans next year. They're going to do it 2 years in a row, and I'm kind of hot about that.
Oh, that's crap. That's crap. I don't like that at all, man. That's horrible. I mean, you've
Hey.
had two great successful ones. I mean, oh my God.
I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, man. On Triple H, I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, but they've been calling him Triple K for a while, so I'm gonna just leave it at
Yeah, hey, I think he might need to be called triple shit now, to be honest with you. I mean, because Nashville lost our WrestleMania, and I've been like thinking about that one for a while. And the reason I say that is because of the whole, you know, they built the stadium and said, oh, when the stadium's done, we'll get it. Well, because the stadium's not going to be done on time, we lost the bid for the one in 2027, unfortunately.
Wow.
So, but there's no excuse why you guys lost it. And I didn't even think that Vegas one was all that great this year. That was one of the most boring WrestleManias, and the seats were horrendous. I think that you have a way better stadium in the history of the Superdome down in New Orleans that you do with that. I don't know. It looks like almost like a robot's head or something there in Vegas that they built. I mean, it's a weird looking stadium. It really is.
The only reason, real quick, and we'll get on, but the only reason I could think of, you got this negative controversy with these inmates that didn't escape. You still got 5 of them on the run, and New Orleans does have a lot of stuff going on from a safety standpoint. So I just found it strange. I mean, you know, but it is what it is. They said they're going to replace it with a Money in the Bank in 27, I think. I don't know, but yeah. But we'll get together.
You know what they should replace it with? You know what they should replace it with? If you're going to have it there, what they should replace it with is a Royal Rumble. That would be the only thing worth even comparing that to, or a SummerSlam. You don't give them the B show. You give them one of the 4A shows. If you can't give them WrestleMania, so Survivor Series even. So, but anyway, but I love you guys, and you know what? The one thing is I would love nothing more than to be proven wrong. You know, at the end of the day, I want to be proven wrong, guys. I want to be in Charlotte. I want all of us to be in Charlotte, December, whatever it is, and maybe see us win this pathetic conference once in a lifetime. You know what I mean? And we should have had it last year, and it was taken from us, and we had a 21-0 lead. Unfreaking believable. And he should still have been fired for that ineptness. And let's not forget, we cannot even forget the Georgia Tech fiasco 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row.
Right.
Yep.
But guys, go Canes, and like I said, have a wonderful weekend with your families. Much love and prayers to everybody during this time, and just love one another. That's what I preach more than anything, and can't wait to the next U-Talk and see where we're at as we get closer to the season. I think we're less than 100 days, and should be seeing those magazines on the stands to get excited about college football. So yeah,
absolutely. All right, Stallion, we'll be in touch, bro. We'll talk.
Take care, guys. Love you, man.
You too, brother. Love you too, bro.
All right, much love, bro. All right.
It's U-Talk, baby.
Yeah, man. James was saying, like, you know, we get built up. And we get hyped up, man, like with the same coaches and everything, man, with different coaches. But the difference is, though, Larry Frank, those coaches didn't have NIL money, and they didn't have the transfer pool at their disposal like this coach has, man. And he's had more resources and more opportunities, man, than any of those other coaches. Generational quarterback, generational offense, and we still can't win there, Frank. Call us. State your name and where you're calling from.
Champ is here. The champ is here.
Oh, man.
You
Chris
already
Kane is
know.
in the building.
The champ is here.
The champ is in the house.
Chris Kane. What's up? What's up,
going
guys?
on? What's going on, D? What's going on, Larry Frank? I've been I'm supposed to be home, but I had to do another 4 hours on top of the 12 I just did because somebody wasn't here. So basically, it is what it is. But I'm about to miss my Charlie because I'm about to go on a rant real quick about Mario and this bullshit that he was talking about at that interview. Basically, and I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because I don't want to miss my Charlie. I really don't want to miss my Charlie. I'm tired. But I'm gonna tell you like this: he's full of shit. He already knew what it was. You wait till 3 and 4 games in order for you to sit here and say you woulda, coulda, shoulda. You shoulda, woulda, coulda, shoulda 2 damn years ago with the shit that you had going on down there in Miami. When you got your people in, you said you was gonna change it. When you got your coaches in, you said that you're gonna change it. Let me ask you a question: how many coaches have you been through so far? That's my whole thing. See, what people don't want to understand is what people don't want to realize is that we're going to hold you accountable for the shit that you do and the shit that you don't do. That's the same thing that I've said before about Mario when we first went against Texas A&M. The next year, he went ahead and he beat them. Then you lose to Georgia Tech twice in a row when you really didn't have to. Okay? But then you want to find every excuse except for you looking in the mirror at the motherfucker who actually put it in play. You're the head coach. Okay? You're the head coach. You're supposed to take the lead. You want to take the lead when it's all well and good and it benefits you, but you don't want to sit there and want to say anything, but you want to say, oh, I could have did this, I could have did that. Let me ask you a question. When has Mario ever ran a goddamn defense? So what the, anybody answer that question for me? Don't worry. I'll wait.
Madden?
Don't nobody know? He ain't never ran no damn defense for nobody. So how the hell he gonna sit there and try to tell somebody what to do when his ass don't even know how to do fucking a damn offensive plays at all?
Right.
So what is he talking about? Okay, so don't sit up here and try to sugarcoat bullshit. Okay, you can put sugar on shit all you want to, it's still gonna be shit. Okay, let's just be real. Okay. Yes, I want the Canes to be successful. Yes, I want them to win. Yes, I want them to be in Charlotte. Listen, if we get to Charlotte, I don't care what I got to do to get out there. I don't care what I got to do to get out there because I want to get out there and I want to see my Canes play. But understand, though, when we get into this season, we got to do better than what we did last year. The offense wasn't the problem. It was the defense. But my question is, how the hell was Mario going to help the defense when he don't know nothing about it? See, my whole thing is this. You get people in there that ain't got no backbone, that's jellyfish, that want to get on their knees and want to slob you up and all this other kind of shit and think that that's going to be okay. No, that's not going to work. You got somebody out there with Heatherman where basically he has a defense that took it from the 29th, the 26th or the 29th place defense, and in 1 year made them the number 5 defense in the nation. That was a smart move. Okay? But I'm going to tell you just like this, Mario. This is year 4. We don't want to hear no more fucking excuses. I don't want to hear none. You don't want to hear none. None of the real Cane fans want to hear none. Yes, the program is getting better than what it was, but at the same time, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. Okay? We keep shooting ourselves in the foot. Enough is enough. And I'm going to leave you with this right here. Y'all can sit here, and I'm going to say this to the Mario trustees and all of that. You can sit up here and think his ass won't get bought out if you want to, and you think that we only got one damn billionaire. That's a fool that think that. But I'm about to get ready to get on this trolley and go the fuck home. But as always, go Canes. I'll holler at you guys later. I'm tired.
All right. Love you, brother.
All right, Chris. Go Canes,
bro.
Bro.
Love you too, y'all.
Much love.
Right.
Yes, sir.
It's you talk, baby.
Wow. And that was our welcome show bite, y'all.
Yeah.
Larry Frank, it's been real, man. An hour and 42 minutes, man. So we're going to get out of here tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? We want to thank everybody for tuning in, man. Larry Frank, give us some departing words, man. I think that's a good call to end off of right there, man. Shout out to Chris Cane.
Yeah, man. That's a great call, man. The calls we had tonight, you know, Onk came with the heat, and Stallion came with the heat. Chris Cane wrapped it up with the heat. And, you know, like I say, man, this is why we do what we do. And, well, real quick before we get out of here, we get these questions all the time. So who's our next coach since we should fire Mario? Once again, nobody here is saying that Mario should be fired.
Said that GOK?
We never said he should be fired. We just calling for him to do better. And if he does not do better, then it's time to start thinking about the future. But nobody is up here right now on May, whatever the day is, I don't even know the date, in 2025, saying that the man should be fired. Nobody's saying that.
Hold on. Let's like GOK. We just answered your question. Let's ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
GOK, if what are your expectations this year? So, do you just want another 10-win season? Do you want an ACC Championship game appearance, a college football playoff appearance? What are your expectations, Gio? You tell us that.
Yeah.
We answered your question. Please answer our question. We're gonna wait until you answer before we get off, Gio, because you are our brother.
Yes.
We really mess with you. We mess with you. We mess with you, Gio. So just answer that for us. We're gonna wait on you.
How
King Kyle, he said he is doing better. About what, winning 10 games?
In what way? In what way? Cam Ward heroics in what, 3 games?
I'm sure you're just talking about recruiting, right, Gio? You gotta be. Because again, like I said,
Gio says
won 10 games.
He said his expectation is playoffs.
Okay, Gio, thank you. Now, Gio, if we don't make it to the playoffs, then what?
What do you want? What are you going to want?
Then what?
Are you going to want a year 5?
What to happen? Yes. Are you willing to give him another year after he blew a generational offense? And you heard the clips, what he said. You heard the clips.
As self-admitted, and here's the thing. Mario doesn't realize, I believe, but if you go back and now I'm going to go back and try to watch the entire interview, but listening to those excerpts, Mario may have just inadvertently handed the lighter fluid to the brass of Miami should he, underachieve, because you just literally admitted that you don't know what the hell you're doing. You admitted it. And the sad part about it is you're saying what you should have done months after everybody else that had common sense said what you should have done. So you telling me
saying this the whole year. Whole year.
Yes.
The whole year.
From the
and
Cal
I was just
game.
sitting there listening to it. Gio, go watch that. I don't know if you've seen that interview, Gio. Gio, watch that interview and hit and put the email up, man, and tell Gio to hit us up after he watched that interview and tell us what he think, Larry Frank. Watch this interview, Gio, and hit us up and let us know what you think after you watch the interview, bro. But you said playoffs, Gio. You said playoffs. So if we don't make it to the playoffs, then what are your plans for Mario after that? He said what? But it's better, y'all. He's getting the players in here. A coach ain't nothing without great players. The recruiting is better. It's getting better players.
But he ain't doing shit with the recruits, man. We're not saying nothing about the recruits. He ain't doing shit with them.
Yeah, and that's what we're saying. Gio, Mark Rick won 10 games. Mark Rick won 10 games, bro. Without the portal, without the NIL. Mark Rick, and that team as talented, Larry Frank, is what he had last year.
No, and Mark Rick, even though they got blown out, got to the ACC Championship game.
Got to the ACC Championship game. Florida State don't want an ACC Championship game. They got an ACC Championship.
Once again.
Who is that? Hold on. I know that ain't. Hold on.
That's Ghost.
Right. Who's that Ghost?
That's Ghost.
Hey, first of all, Ghost, we never said Mario was getting fired, Razor Ramon.
We said this
about Razor Ramon. Razor Ramon. We're going to say it again, Razor Ramon. We never said that Mario was getting fired. We're going to ask you the same thing we asked Gio, Razor Ramon. What is your expectations, Razor Ramon, this year?
Realistic.
I need to know. Not offensively, but defense was 100 times better. Okay. Why was the offense 100% better, Joy? Because I know you know football. Me and Larry Frank know you real good. Why was the offense 100% times better? Because of Cam, veteran leadership by our boy, Xavier Restrepo. Let's see what the offense do this year with that. But still, I ain't letting you off the hook. Hold on. Answer the question first.
Yeah, answer the question.
What is your expectation? Same question for you like we asked our brother Gio. What are your expectations this year, Ghost?
Yeah.
We hope we're not getting nowhere. Yeah, we gotta hear from Ghost first, y'all. These are two brothers, Gio and Ghost. We waiting. What's your expectation, Ghost? Waiting on you, Ghost. Because we know you a Mario fanboy. We know this. We already know this.
Yes.
But you know what he said? We ain't worried about all that. We want you to answer the question, man.
The question
answer the damn question, Ghost.
Take your track shoes off. Take your track shoes off.
Right.
Stop running.
Put your campaign sign down. We know you campaigning for. We know this already. We know that. We know you his guy. I see you in all of the pictures. You standing up beside him. You got your hand all on his shoulder. We know that. We got all of that.
Yeah.
Answer the damn question.
Answer the question.
Look at this shit. I have no expectations. I think Carson Beck is trash. So why did we go and pay him $4 million then, Ghost? That's your coach. If you think you ain't got no faith in Carson, That's who your coach
So,
went to
so
go and
I have
get.
a, I have
That's
a
our starting
question. I
quarterback.
have a question off of this response. We ain't going to be good. So basically, are you okay with us not being good this year in year 4 with all this money being spent?
Right. Talk to us, Ghost. Come on and talk to us.
You know what? You know what, D? I know we got to get up out of here, but I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. Damn that.
They did panic because you know who they was talking to. You know he was the last. He was like the last choice. You're right. They did panic. We know who they tried to get. We already know that.
I can't help it. Ghost, the link is up. Click it. Come in here for like 3 minutes. Damn all this typing.
He ain't coming. He ain't coming.
I ain't trying to hear. I ain't trying to hear all these excuses because you double backing. You double backing right now.
I don't know. Beef feeder. They say that he in the interview. Mario said, "I think he's ready. He was throwing. Yeah. That's what I heard. I gotta see that. I gotta see something on what he said. It is what it is. NIL really kind of football, bro. All this money and stuff.
Excuses.
Listen, Ghost. We still need to know. What we still want to know.
The bottom line is, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it. You don't even need to ask, D. You don't even need to ask him. I'm gonna tell it like it is. Ghost, you don't want to hold that man accountable. You never held that man accountable. You went against him a couple of years ago whenever you figured X wasn't getting his money. And then when he finally gave money, you flipped and went back on his side after you was talking bad about the man. Now all of a sudden you don't want to give a concrete answer, Ghost. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
Get in the Alex Pereira. Let me get in the Alex Pereira.
Yeah, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
We're not doing
That's what it is. That's what it is. Go. We ain't doing it. We know. He say Beck been playing golf. Porch Kane said Beck been playing golf. Listen, man. We just wanted to go to hold the man accountable for one time in his life, man. And he ain't gonna do it.
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 You know, we know him, y'all. But he would defend him to the grave, though, man, because that's his boy. You got to go through his page. He got his hand on his shoulder. He wrapped around him. He hugging his Mario tight, man. So we just want some of y'all just to be objective and just call shit like it is. Ghost being one of the people, but he's not gonna do it. We still love him, though. Hold on, man. It's Chris Kane. Let me take Chris Kane real quick. What up, Porch Kane? What's been going on, guy? Talk to us, Chris Kane, man. You see who in the chat, man. You see our brother in there, right?
Who, Ghost?
Hold on. You chopping. Okay, good. Thanks, you guys still gonna find it.
And guess what? And I got news for you, Ghost. They could go. Hold up. They could go 0-13, and you'll still be kissing that man ass. Go ahead, on Chris.
You'll still be kissing that part right there. You gave up your season tickets, not for your Mario. What for your Mario? Hey, go ahead, Chris K.
Oh no. I just wanted to reiterate what I was saying, but yeah, I mean, I've seen him in the couple, but see, don't worry about that though. Don't worry about nobody holding him accountable for anything like that, because see, when you got a whole bunch of us that's gonna hold his ass accountable, we gonna hold his ass accountable for the shit that he gonna do this year. We need to see something going on this year. I don't give a damn about what nobody else got to say about anything else. Only that's the program. The program is a lot better. Like I said, the program is a whole lot better than what it was from when it first got in there. But you also shooting yourself in the foot too. You got somebody holding a gun to you in your face, and somebody else is stabbing you, but you sitting there shell shocked. You don't know what the hell to do. You don't. But see, the whole thing is that the offense got better, but the defense was ass work. But you couldn't figure this out. You couldn't figure this out within yourself. Ain't no way in the hell that shit would have rolled with Saban. That shit wouldn't have rolled with nobody else. That wouldn't have rolled with who was the other one? It wouldn't have rolled with Saban. It wouldn't have rolled with Kirby Smart. It probably wouldn't have rolled with
Dabo Swinney neither. Dabo Swinney neither.
It wouldn't have rolled. It damn sure wouldn't have rolled with Dabo.
Right.
Dabo, that'd have been the first one. Dabo would have cussed at your ass right then and there. He'd have cussed at you. He'd have came right out the spirit and cussed your ass out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you. But this year, we give them 4. Give them 4. Now I will say it has been progress from 5-7. 7-5 to 10-2, but it's not the way. It's the record, but it's also how it looks on the field. Because in reality, we were supposed to be 5-7 again, But because of who Cam Ward is, and because of Restrepo, and because of Damian Martinez, that O-line and everything else, we were 10-2. But you made some dumbass plays then. The number one offense in the nation, and you go for a field goal against Syracuse.
Hey, hold on. George said the Canes don't win 10 games this year. So what's it happen if we don't win 10 games, George? What's it happen, Mr. Diaz? Mr. Ghost, what's it happen?
Right.
If we don't win 10 games this year, Mr. Diaz, what should happen, sir? You know what I'm saying?
A riot. A damn riot.
Nobody. And here's the thing. Gio Kane says the program is better than it was 4 years ago. It's getting better. Mario recognized, get rid of our problem. Nobody's saying the program is not in better condition, in better shape. But what we're saying is, coaching-wise, this program seems to have hit its ceiling.
Right.
And
y'all just say if 10 games, y'all, if that's y'all silly, just say that. Just say as long as you're over 500 every year, that's what y'all cool with. Then just say that.
And the thing about it is, y'all seem to be happy with mediocrity. That's just the way it is. That like y'all happy with mediocrity. This is what we've been talking about.
Hey George. I'm sorry, Larry Fred, but I gotta ask him something real quick. George says nothing is gonna happen. They won't fire Mario. Okay. But okay, let's just say they don't. Here's the thing. George, what do you want to see happen? Do you think that he should be fired if he don't win 10 games?
He ain't gonna answer that. He's gonna deflect.
What do you think should happen, Doug?
He's going to deflect. He's going to deflect. He's gonna deflect, bro. He's not gonna answer that question. He ain't gonna answer that question.
Like, what do you think should happen if he don't win 10 games?
He ain't gonna answer that question. Because if he answered that question, he ain't gonna take no more pictures. Mario gonna let him take no more pictures with his hand on his arm. He ain't gonna let him take no more pictures. He ain't gonna let him put his hand on his shoulder no more.
He has the George. He's a cheese.
Yeah, man. He ain't gonna let him take no pictures. George ain't gonna answer the question. You wasting your time asking him that.
All right. Go ahead, Chris Gang. We're gonna get ready to get off of here, Chris Gang. Go ahead and wrap it up for us.
Wait a minute. Hold up. You mean to tell me Ghost was in a damn photo out with the Cuban destroyer?
Bro, cheesing had him locked by the shoulders too, man. Like, you should have seen the way our boy was smiling. He was smiling too, bro.
That boy was smiling like Diddy got back there with some baby oil.
Damn. What did he say? Hold on. He responded. What did he say, Larry? No one is happy with that shit, but Mario is making too much money. Miami's gonna keep him around. Larry, I would have fired Mario the minute he lost. Oh shit! Oh hey, I said the same thing. Paulo, you gotta talk much crap about me. What we say about you?
This is the first time we've talked to you in like a year.
What you talk? You sound like somebody else. I can't call their name. Don't do that, Joy. We don't want to label you like somebody else now. We better than that, bro. We all joke with each other, bro. Don't do that, bro.
We haven't talked to you in like a year, bro. Like, what are you, man? What in the world?
Chris, wrap it up, man. I gotta get out of here, man. We gotta call this man on three-way after we get our credit. Give us some departing with.
Man, all I know is you. I'm gonna tell you something, Larry Fred. You sit back there. You said he was happy that Diddy was back there with the damn baby. That's the true definition of slip and slide, ain't it?
Boy, stop.
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
But listen, I'm gonna just keep it short and sweet, so y'all can go ahead and go, because I'm on my way home now. But listen, we know you watch the show, okay? We know you watch the show, okay? We know that. Okay, you do certain things, and mysteriously, some things we said on this show that miraculously they happen in the game, for the most part. But the whole thing is, do not let your pride be your downfall to this program. Because if you love this program as much as you say you do, then you're going to make the sacrifices and do whatever it takes to get that monkey off your back. Prime example. Get the right people in to make the right calls, okay? Get the right people to make the right moves. Get the right people that's going to have a backbone. Get the right people that's going to make the right calls. If you don't know what they are, don't be ashamed to say it. Get somebody in there that's going to do something. Get some other people that's going to develop these guys on defense. Get somebody that's going to be in there to see what they're going to do on offense. Do something else. Actually develop your daggone quarterbacks instead of going to the fucking portal every year. Okay? Because that's making us look real suspect because it makes it seem like we can't develop no damn quarterbacks. Who is quarterback number 2? God forbid something happens to Carson Beck. Who is our backup? Who is our quarterback number 2? Does anybody know? Anybody have a clue? Because we still don't know, and we're in fucking May, going into June. And we do not know who number 2 is going to be. We need to know these things. Damn it. We pay our money to go out there to the damn rock. Okay, don't leave us in the dark because I know one damn thing. You leave us in the dark and your ass don't get no more damn money for us. We'll see who come out then. We'll see who loses then. Because if we don't go out to the stadium to support, then you get no money. You get no ticket sales. You can't do nothing for the school, for the program. Let us know what's going on.
All right, Chris. All right, brother.
That's
all
all.
Right,
I'm
right,
out
bro.
of here, man. Because Mario
right.
got on my damn nerves, and I'm about to, man, look, I'm going, y'all. I love y'all guys, man. Y'all be safe.
You back, bro.
You too, bro.
Okay.
You back, bro.
Don't guys.
It's you talk, baby.
Look here. Hey, man.
Boy, the chat getting lit.
Put me feet on there. What he say?
You say, grab a helmet and fix it. Grab a helmet and fix it. Grab a helmet and fix it. Oh my God!
You know you are, boy. Hey, listen, y'all. Hey, if you've been rocking with us, man, we 6 years in. Listen, we ain't the show that everybody like. Y'all already know that, man. We don't get the views like everybody because we ain't kissing ass like everybody else, man. Shout out to the real ones out there, man. Shout out to Coach Hayes. Shout out to Streeter. Shout out to man. Shout out to LJ, man. Shout out to Lonzo. Shout out to John Cafecito. Man, I mess with John, man. Shout out to John. Shout out to BTN Sports. Them my boys, man. Nevin Spiro.
Yes, sir.
I know that's my brother, man. What's going on, man? Shout out to the whole family over there. Gio, all y'all boys, man. We love y'all guys. But George, man, listen, you gonna stop this, man. You gonna stop this, man. George Diaz, man. You know, you say that you ain't talked to us in a year, man, or whatever the case may be, bro. Yeah, we ain't, man. But when you was over here as a regular George Diaz, you would never go against that man. Never.
You never did.
So that's why we saying what we say. You never went against it, man. You always enabled this guy, man. And when you put the picture up, when you had the hand on the shoulder when we seen you and you was cheesing, that just did it for me, man. I couldn't believe it.
I just gotta say it, George, and this is factual. I mean, you said yourself that when X was not getting treated right, you was finally starting to call your boy out. And then when X got taken care of,
you dumped us to the curb, man. You went back over to home. I guess he let you come. I don't know, man. Hey, bro. You know, we still love you, though, man.
And the thing about it, not talking to you a year and talking about you not answering the question. We asked you like 10 times. You said what you would have did, but we're talking about what would happen if he doesn't achieve victories and 10 wins this season, and you're not giving a concrete answer. And that's cool. You don't have to. It's okay. Nobody talking shit about you.
Should he be fired, George? Should he be fired? Because I said that I'm with you last year. I told you I had seen enough last year, and especially after I seen this Josh Pate interview. And like I say, I almost threw up watching Greg McElroy, you know, because he just wanted to just doggone kiss his ass the whole interview, man. But like I said, shout out to Josh Pate. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it because he asked every question, like I said earlier, the politically correct way. The questions that we would have wanted to ask him, but it would have just came out a little bit more raw coming from us, but we won't never get the opportunity to interview.
George, we're not asking you if you think he's going to get fired. We're asking you if he doesn't do well, would you want to see him gone? There's a difference, George. Stop deflecting and dancing. Do you think, it don't matter what you think they're going to do, what do you want? Do you want to see this program keep him?
All right, even if
she ain't answering the questions. I can't. I ain't got.
Let's get out. Yeah.
It's time to call. I can't do this. I can't do this.
Listen, man. It's been real, man. We love everybody that's in the chat, man. Even George with his tap dancing shoes on, man. We love you too, man. We want to say thank you, like always, to everybody who tunes in, man, that supports the Utah movement, man, that supports Real Talk, that supports, check out, man, Tuesday night, man, the business side, man, winning at the Game of Life, man. We're going to have Miss LaShonda Hopkins on, man. She's a realtor out of North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, to be specific, man. Her show is on Tuesday night. Looking forward to that, man. So if you got any questions about, homes and the real estate game, man, she will be in the building, 8 o'clock Eastern, man. Right here on UTalk, man, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. You already know what it is. Larry Frank, man, get some departed words so we can get the hell on out of here, man. George been tap dancing all night, man. Let's go.
Man, it's been a live show. It felt good to be back on the UTalk side, man. It felt good to come back, talk Canes football. We'll be back at some point. I don't know the actual schedule of what we're going to do or how we're going to do it. But at the end of the day, we're about to crank things off. And look, if this is your first time watching us, we ain't for everybody. So
we ain't, man.
If y'all,
Beefeater, man, appreciate you tuning in, bro.
Yeah, man, appreciate you, Beefeater. If y'all looking for cats to tell you what you want to hear, this ain't the show for you. Nah, if you're looking for cats to tell you what you need to hear, the real, then you're in the right place. So check us out. Check out the Real Talk show that we have. Check out Winning at the Game of Life. Check out everything. We got something for everybody on this network. Something for everybody. Oh, and for the Real Talk side, real quick, I want to say, for those who may not know, the last thing I got, we out of here. The topics we talk about on Real Talk, it might rattle some of you, but hey, it's topics and conversations that need to be had. So check us out in that regard. Check us out on everything. Have a safe Memorial Day weekend. Be careful, and see y'all next Tuesday for Winning at the Game of Life. See y'all the following Monday for Real Talk, and D will put out whenever we're coming back with this show right here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. We love all of you guys, man. Everybody have a safe weekend, man. Enjoy yourself, man. Take care of yourself, man. Like you said, Tuesday night, UTalk Winning at the Game of Life. I think we'll be coming back in 2 weeks. We got to check our schedules, man. We both got a lot going on, but we definitely wanted to come on to say what's up because it's been a minute since we've been on, man. But
yeah,
everybody, man, we appreciate everybody, the first-time listeners, man, everybody that chimed in. Shout out to all of the regulars, man. Thank you, Melvin Brad. Like always, big bro, we love you for stopping by. Thank you very much, man. And we'll definitely be in touch, man. But y'all know how we start every show, and y'all know how we end every show. We love you, UTalk family. It ain't no us without you, baby. Woo. And we out. George Diaz, I got something for you going out, man. I got something for you going out, George Diaz, man. Listen, check this out. George Diaz, man.